Hello, good morning. Today, April 13th. I said the date wrongly last video. But anyway, I had a great day yesterday, although it didn't start off really great. My family had lots of arguments lately. I understood everybody was feeling kind of stressed after I made one of the biggest decisions in my life, to get married, to propose. And everybody was happy first, then became like stressed because there were still lots of things to do. And we are going to meet my girlfriend's family for the first time on Saturday. And it's quite understandable to feel stressed. Like, we want to do this thing perfectly in our own ways, you know what I mean? Like, I want to do it perfectly in my way, from my perspective. This should be done. That is more important. But from my mom's, point of view, that is more important instead of the thing I believed to be more important. Maybe she does agree, on some things, but for her, the focus is different. And yeah, that created lots of tension in our family, my grandparents as well. So basically, yesterday we just talked as a family again. At first, I talked with my mom, then dad, finally with my grandpa, separately. And then we came together and talked more. The decision we came at was just drive my mom's parents back to their home in Zhonglupu, our old hometown, for this week. And we're gonna just decide if we want to, bring them along to the proposed day, Because at first, I really wanted them to be there for me, I wanted to just let Luna and her family feel that we are so sincere about this. We support this, family, this marriage wholeheartedly. I want to show that. I want to, by having all my family, most important people of my life, to be there and witness this very important moment. But my family didn't want this happen. What do I mean? Like, my family didn't want my grandparents to be there for a few reasons, but the most important one is my grandpa would give my grandma or my other grandpa some hard time. Very likely, he will just blame my grandma for not doing something, and everybody will just get affected. They thought everybody would just be bothered by my grandpa's behavior. In the past, he has done something like that many times. When we visit family, relatives, my grandpa would easily get so grumpy and just yell at my grandma and blame her for not doing something or doing something poorly. And all relatives and family would just get kind of confused at first, but later understood this is my grandpa's personality. That's him. He's like that. He's a person like that. But my family didn't want my family didn't want to leave Luna's family that kind of impression with our very first meeting, right? They didn't want my grandpa's potential behavior to ruin this perfect atmosphere. And I understood that concern. However, I affirmed them, me and Luna wouldn't blame my grandpa if he really, yelled or just scolded my grandma or whatever. And also my friends are like young people, open-minded, considerate. They wouldn't get bothered. And I didn't want this thing to be perfect. It's okay to have some kind of, unexpected situation. And that's life. And it's life. It's authentic. Because this is my family. My grandpa has been and will be a person like that. And I don't want to have that. I don't want to hide that. I don't want to hide that. Do you understand what I mean? I want to stay raw. I want to let Luna's family to really know how's our family, I'm courageous, but my family were not. And I understood that. And my mom especially got so acted up in the end. She even told me if my grandparents are going, she's not going. Can you believe that? I understand. It's out of, frustration. And she didn't really mean that. But it really told me how serious she was bothered. She had been bothered. And how serious she'd been scared about these kind of things. She didn't want this kind of thing happen. So after this conversation, we didn't end up with, effective and any change. Like, they didn't persuade me. They didn't change my mind. I kept telling them, this is my biggest day, one of the biggest days. And I want my family to be there for me. I want them to understand it's okay to have some kind of frustration, but I'm just selfish. I want them to be there for me. Although they might get disturbed in some kind of way. Not by me directly, but they didn't want to be disturbed. My 4 grandparents didn't get along because my grandpa always just blamed my mom's parents. My dad's parents always blamed my mom's parents for some things, It's really complicated to share everything, but I just want to tell you that, like, old people act just like kids. It's not about age, actually. I think they are them. You know what I mean? Like, they are those kind of people who easily get disturbed by small things and get so, tense and just couldn't remain calm and act from a different perspective. They just get stuck in their emotions and feelings. They have serious jealousy problem. But again, I understand. I've always understood, because I'm their grandchild, son. So I've known them well, and I just, felt very similar things as well in the past. Although I've been capable of just adjusting myself and just releasing the emotions. I have other source of solution. Instead of looking outside, I look inward. I fix myself. Anyway, so I took a nap after our unhappy conversation. My mom even cried, and it was quite stressful. But I almost, during this process, I almost never got really disturbed because I remained centered. I remained calm. I understood it's not my problem, not their problem. It's just a problem, and we can look at it objectively. Don't identify ourselves with the problem. I wouldn't blame them for having this kind of problem. It's not their problem. It's just a life situation. We can look at things with different perspective and actually appreciate the bad things, because it will teach us new things and it will make us grow and change. So how did I change? After lunch, I took a nap, right? And then my mom thought it would be a good idea to meet Brother Huang, the film director we just started cooperating. And he has helped us a lot, not with the work actually, but more with life. He was the person who pushed me a little bit to this decision of getting married. And so we went back to him. My mom thought he would help us to understand each other. On our way there, I proactively said to my mom, I changed my mind. We are not gonna bring my grandparents to the proposal event. Let's just do it the way you like. And my mom was kind of surprised because I almost never changed my mind in such a short time, and just followed her advice. I was never listened to her, but this time I listened to her. I said, I'll listen to you. I just follow you. You know, you make this decision. I'm not against it. If you think my grandparents shouldn't go, fine. Let's not bring them. Then she's surprised. She asked me why. I said, I care about you. I love you. I don't want you suffer so much. If this make you so unhappy and stressed, I don't want to do that to you. And it's okay if my grandparents don't go. They're already happy. They don't have to physically be present there. You know? It's just not the most important thing, you know? So, yeah, she's so touched and became immediately happier. However, that's not really the true happiness in my understanding. That's not I mean, it is true happiness, but that's not the ideal source of happiness. I want to lead her to find joy and stay joyful in life without any external circumstance. You know what I mean? It's so difficult. She doesn't understand it. Mentally, it's hard. You need lots of practice. You need lots of wisdom, practical wisdom. But anyway, we met Brother Huang. We talked more. And few moments, my mom cried because Brother Huang just expressed her heart out for her in a different way. And she felt understood. She felt somebody has helped her to communicate with me. And he also taught me a lot, a few things. Seeing things from different perspective. Everybody got a slightly different perspective, no matter what kind of relationship you are. And that's how it's supposed to be. And Brother Huang encouraged me to try that. Practice this, treat this as a training. Whenever you talk with someone, whenever you look at something, try to come up with a whole lot of different ways of looking at it. It's imagine this cardboard right here. Develop different directions of correlations with cardboards. Just draw a map on your mind. Cardboard could be something like a wood cardboard, a steel cardboard, a plywood cardboard, or something like that. Like material-wise difference, or just cardboard, or card and board. Like this is all different angles of correlating to this thing, right? So for my mom's situation, I can just really see from different perspective. First, I didn't have to be so tough on this, so like rigid about this decision that like I must have my girlfriend's. I must have my entire family, including my extended family, be there for me, so I can, show my sincerity to Luna and her family. Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have to do that. Okay, I'm kind of running out of time. I need to go back to the spa center. But another thing I want to share is I didn't consider how Luna's family would feel about when they first met my 4 grandparents, because it's not matching. Like, yeah, you guys are supposed to be equal, right? You bring your mom, I bring my mom. You bring your brother, I bring my cousin, something like that. And if they wouldn't bring their grandparents, Luna's grandparents, if I bring my grandparents and Luna didn't, they would have lots of more stress. Just imagine from a different perspective. If I visit family, if I visit a friend, right? I go there, we are peers, and then all of a sudden I saw their nephews, nieces. Yeah, fine, cool. And then their parents came out, and then their grandparents came out. If I talk to them, I need to talk in 3 different ways, because different generations have different, values, different preferences, and I can't just communicate with them like with one single way. You know what I mean? So if my grandparents are there present, then we're all gonna be so like confused. How are we gonna just talk to each other? Right? This is more of us thing. Like, honestly, I think even Luna's family didn't have to be there. It's like a friend's, it's a peer thing. Like me and Luna talk about this, make this decision, and share with our peers, or maybe with family. But that decision, that communication process, I think should happen without stress. That's why I told her directly that I actually have been planning to propose to you this Saturday. And I want to tell you that because I don't want to give you stress. Like on that day, at that venue, everybody was there with their camera, with their phones, looking at you. You're gonna be so stressed to make that decision within such a short time, right? So if I tell you now, you can take your time, you can ask me questions, and we come to this decision together. I've already, told you that I've thought about this very carefully, and I told you why. How did I come about this decision? And if you understood, and just give it some thought, some time.